In a notable step, the High Court of Bombay has aborted a bid to terminate a sexual abuse case in which Kerala CPM Secretary Kodiyeri Balakrishnan's son Binoy Kodiyeri is the accused. Binoy and the complainant were reportedly seeking an out-of-court settlement and approached the court to dispose of the case. A division bench of the High Court on Saturday refused to consider a joint petition filed by Binoy and the woman seeking to end the court proceedings and also submitting the settlement terms they have reached. The woman and Binoy had submitted a joint plea stating they had arrived at a consensus to raise the child. They stated that the decision to withdraw the case was taken considering the future of the child. But the bench of Justice Nitin Jamdar and Justice NR Borkar said that a criminal case cannot be settled out of court since Binoy is accused of rape. The latest plea admits that Binoy is father of the child. When the court asked if they got married, Binoy's advocate said they did not, while the woman's counsel said they did. Assistant Public Prosecutor also backed the woman's advocate. The court then said the confusion over marriage has to be settled first before considering the plea to compromise the case. Binoy had earlier said that the rape case was fabricated. Meanwhile, the DNA report submitted in the court is yet to be released. Binoy is the eldest son of CPM Kerala State Secretary and former Minister Kodiyeri Balakrishnan. The Mumbai-based woman, who is originally from Bihar, had approached the city police in June 2019 to file a case alleging sexual abuse for over a decade. Now she is 36. She had claimed that the father of her 11-year-old son is Binoy. She had filed the complaint at the Oshiwara police station in the city on June 13, 2019. The FIR was registered under Indian Penal Code sections on sexual assault, cheating and intimidation. She refused to confirm the latest developments, but Binoy confirmed that a settlement is being worked out. He, however, refused to divulge details of the settlement terms, latest reports say. Binoy had initially claimed it was a bid to blackmail him. However, a paternity test was ordered by the court and soon it became difficult to defend her claims. Soon an apparent bid to settle the case was on and even the court was approached to close the case against him. According to the complaint, Binoy was in a relationship with the woman since 2008 when she was working at a dance bar in Dubai. She alleged that Binoy had promised to marry her, but despite several pleas, he refused to do so. After she came to know in 2018 that he was already married, she decided to register a police complaint. The woman also claimed Binoy introduced himself to her as a bachelor and a businessman involved in the construction sector in Dubai. Binoy allegedly overwhelmed her with expensive gifts during the period, the complaint further stated. According to the woman, she is from a poor family in Bihar. She has 8 sisters. After her father's death in 2007, she moved to her elder sister's house in Mumbai and learned dancing for a livelihood. With the help of a friend, she was able to get a job at a dance bar in Dubai in September 2008. She got acquainted with Binoy in Dubai, a frequent visitor at the bar. He took her mobile number and started calling her frequently. He gave her expensive gifts and money several times. He even promised to marry her if she was ready to quit her job. Now, this is what the woman further said in the complaint. I used to visit Binoy's house. I became pregnant in 2009. He rented out a flat at Andheri West and shifted me to Mumbai by February 2010. My baby boy was born on July 22, 2010 at a hospital in Andheri. Binoy had assured my mother and sister that he would marry me. He used to send money every month and duly renewed the house rent contract every year or found a new one for us. In 2015, he said his business was going through hard times and that he found it difficult to give us money. Thereafter, he started avoiding me. It was in 2018 that a financial fraud case was filed against Binoy. When the case surfaced, I inquired and found that he had been married all along. When I first asked him about this, he didn't give me a clear answer. After a while, he started to threaten me. He eventually stopped attending my calls. I asked him to marry me once again in 2019, but even his relatives threatened me after this, the complainant woman said in the complaint.